It is 2005. Three dudes by the name of Steve, Chad, and I don't know how to quite pronounce this name, Jawed, are sat around discussing one of life's biggest undertakings, getting mad puss. You see, it's the early 2000s, so being a tech bro hasn't become popular quite just yet. And I have to imagine that these three sweaty nerds had trouble with the ladies. But to solve this issue, they devised the perfect plan. They will create a video-based dating platform in which anybody can upload a video discussing their interests, their hobbies, and what they look for in the perfect partner in hopes that they find them. The domain youtube.com was activated, and lo and behold, the whole video-based dating thing was a huge flop. Shocker, I know. A few weeks go by and they find themselves discussing the infamous 2004 Super Bowl halftime show incident. Yo, remember the Super Bowl last year? Sure, what about it? Apparently Justin Timberlake exposed Janet Jackson's tit live on TV. No way, like full tit out? Yeah, like tit fully out, dude. I must find it. It's nowhere to be found. If only there was some platform where people could just share videos and other people can just find those videos and watch them. That'd be a dream. I have an idea. So they rebranded. Instead of a video-based dating platform, they decided that now they're just gonna be a video platform. And a streamlined one at that. One that allowed any regular Joe to upload and, more importantly, watch videos posted by random people on the internet. Such as 100 Slaps by Too Cool for Life, or Slapped in the Face 1, 2, and 3 by Hypnotic State. That's right, they got the whole trilogy. And who could forget the ever classic, Slapping Oriental Women, a short clip of Oriental women slapping each other pretty hard. Nice. Unfortunately, the video itself seems to have been deleted or something because it doesn't work. So aside from the title and the description, the best we can do is guess what happens in the video. The comments, however, are still intact, so maybe somebody can give us more details, because I really am dying to know what happens in this video. One comment says, basically, they're asking the girls if they're okay, and then they're responding that they're okay. And yes, one of them says, great, like she's impressed about being slapped. Not much more to it than that. That still does not explain what it's about. Some kind of stunt. Thanks, Ice Jew. I'm even more confused now. Something I find kind of interesting is that I don't quite recall a time in my life when YouTube wasn't really a thing. I began surfing the web right around the time that YouTube's popularity really began to boom, so it's just sort of always been a part of my life. I don't quite recall when I've even stumbled upon the platform, but I do remember the first video that truly captured my attention. How to Be Ninja by Nigahiga. I can't quite describe the whiplash I felt rewatching this video after all this time. I really missed this period of YouTube, you know, where no one really knew what the fuck they were doing. It was just sort of like a free-for-all, and it was so niche that nobody was really going into it expecting much aside from just having some fun, as opposed to today where that's not really the case. You know, it feels a lot more over-engineered and just sort of, I don't know, soft around the edges. And I know it's partially the nostalgia speaking when I say this, but there was just something so special about how unruly YouTube was in its infancy. It was truly something great. For the most part.
Maybe even be a fag.
I'm gonna sidetrack and go on a little rant right now, if you don't mind. Oh, you do? Too bad. Remember back when social media platforms just had like a singular purpose or so? Instagram was for sharing photos, YouTube was for long-form videos, Snapchat was for unsolicited dick pics, and Facebook which was for chatting with your at the time girlfriend who had just informed you that she's currently in the hospital as she's fallen down a flight of stairs and broken her neck, to which you responded with LOL. You didn't quite know what that term meant, but you just saw a bunch of cool kids on the internet using it, and determined to join their cool club, you decided that you're going to add it to your vocabulary. And to cement your newly acquired status as a cool kid, you indiscriminately throw around this new term in hopes that you use it in the correct way. Well, you didn't. She then responds with, "What the hell is wrong with you? I'm in a lot of pain right now," and proceeds to ghost you. 3 days later, you're walking by the park and you see her sitting on the swing set with Ronnie. Fuck you, Ronnie. Your dad deserved that bulldozer act. But no, nowadays, each social media platform has to be a 1 in 10 shampoo bottle fitted with capabilities of sharing long-form videos, photos, live streams, chatting, and everyone's favorite, say it with me kids, short-form videos. I'm going to share my opinion on the latter, which might be met with some backlash, as it's a very niche and somewhat controversial opinion, but I think that the whole short-form video format, bad. It's obviously not all bad. Everything has its value, but the way that these platforms utilize it to just microdose you with doom and anger is very problematic. I think the platform that does this best is Instagram, and by that I mean it does it worse, because these motherfuckers somehow synthesize the black hole. Every single time that I pull out my phone and go into this app, 3 hours just seem to somehow get sapped out of my life. Which I wouldn't really mind if I at least enjoyed those 3 hours that were just stolen from me, but I don't. Going onto this app makes me want to commit fork in eye. I don't think I'll be surprising anyone when saying that the current political landscape is very fucked, to say the least. And holy shit, this app never ceases to remind me of that. Every single time I get off my phone after spending time on Instagram, I am anxious, angry, on the verge of falling down on the floor, shitting myself and crying. And so, as has become tradition by this point, I deleted the app for the 16th time in the past 4 years. And it was good for the first couple of hours, but then the rat in brain went, doom scroll when? Consume till want heat death of universe when? Possessed by rat, I reach for my phone, but Instagram is now nowhere to be found. Problem. But wait, I have YouTube on phone. Doesn't YouTube also have short-form video? I'm Ilya, and this is Boris. Let's talk about that. You could pump 3,000 micrograms of LSD straight into my eyeballs and force me to smoke 5 bowls of DMT, and I guarantee you that anything coming out of my mouth for those next 48 hours will be only slightly more unhinged than half the shit you find on YouTube Shorts. And I'm only slightly exaggerating. When I got into Shorts for the first time, I was using my account, which I've had since I was 13 years old, so YouTube had plenty of time to gather data about me and my interests. You would think that the Shorts algorithm then would be curated towards said interests, right? I swear it felt like it was curated towards a child who smokes fentanyl-laced crack every single day, which I am not. I'm an adult. That made me wonder though, if the algorithm was this bad on my account, which has been used mostly to watch speedruns and video essays for the past couple of years, just how bad is the base algorithm? Hella. Like an onion, YouTube Shorts has many different layers to it. It starts off relatively tame. In the first layer, you have a lot of Roblox content, which I'm not entirely sure what Roblox is still at this point in my life. All I know is there's this one time that I was at a friend's house after school, and he showed me this horror game he made in Roblox where you run away from Sans, the skeleton from Undertale. He had a weird obsession with that little dude. Anyways, point is, I don't really know what Roblox is, aside from the fact that you can make games in it, I think. And these videos have only confused me further. So it seems that there is a game that was made in which you have this walkway, like in fashion shows, and on that walkway you have a variety of characters that just walk through, many of which I think are meant to be those Italian brain rot memes, but either I haven't been keeping up with, you know, the latest brain rot characters, or they're just making shit up, because what is this?
Doug. Get you to run.
Also, I stumbled upon some chick that was live streaming herself sleeping while her Roblox character was dancing in front of the brain rot walkway. Those words have never been muttered by mankind up until today. Some other thing you will find on this layer of YouTube Shorts are these weird edits. There's this one trend where you take like a clip from a video or a movie of someone saying something mildly badass or witty.
Cheeseburger.
You apply some fuck-ass filter over it, and then when the protagonist does the witty / badass thing, it's followed by, I don't quite know how to describe it, this.
Next to my house.
Funny thing is that I think it's supposed to be kind of like a liberal gets owned kind of moment or whatever, but in most of these videos, it's just like very mild situations that really just don't deserve this level of reaction, but what do I know? This layer is also plagued with the funny 6-7 meme.
6-7.
6 plus 7.
Not much more I can say about that. Moving on to the next layer though, a lot of the content here, I would say, feels very Facebook coded. And when I say that, I'm not talking about modern Facebook. I'm talking about Rage Comics, Farmville, and Poking People era Facebook, which, by the way, was such a weird concept. Is that still a thing on Facebook? Beyond the point. So in this layer, you have your Nothing Burger videos in which somebody takes somebody else's mildly interesting content, puts some lazy narration for it, and posts it as their own.
The students were secretly playing on their computers. The teacher was curious why everyone stared so hard at the screen. He walked slowly to see what they were doing, but the kids had a button to change the screen fast. The teacher smiled, thinking they were paying attention. As soon as he turned back to the front, the kids went right back to playing games.
That's transformative, I guess. And they always use these fuck-ass AI voices. They just really get me sometimes, you know?
And the second they realize what's happening, the entire group joins in to get the baby safely back to his mom.
Why is it talking like it is currently experiencing a brain aneurysm? And if we're already talking about Facebook coded thing, there's nothing quite like the classic, like if you love Jesus, ignore if you want Satan to lick your butthole type of format, which seems to be extremely prevalent here. It's always, once again, someone else's mildly interesting content with some lazy narration put over it. And then when you're about to reach the climax of the video, if you could even call it that, they pull a,
how many years would you give your dad? 1 hour? Ignore. 100 years? Leave a like. 1,000 years? Drop a heart emoji. 5,000 years? Subscribe and share. Forever? Do everything.
This is so hilarious to me because nowhere is it mentioned whether or not anybody else will get immortality. So it kind of implies that he's the only one getting it, which means that he will watch not only his loved ones die, he will watch the heat death of the universe itself and be left with nothing but the endless void and his own thoughts. And finally, the most Facebook-coded style of content that you will find on this layer is what I will call sympathy-baiting videos, in which, once again, somebody steals somebody else's content, but this time it's something sad that pulls on your heartstrings. And they once again add that stupid fuck-ass AI voiceover that talks to us like we're mentally challenged children that can't think or see for themselves. I found that there are two categories to this type of video. One which is just clearly faked. At least I hope it is, because otherwise I'm a complete dick. Here are some of my favorites.
This father is about to donate his own heart to his son to save his son's life. His final words will leave you in tears.
My son, I found you a new heart.
Now you may be asking, what's funny about this video of a father who's willing to sacrifice it all for his child, which he loves so dearly?
And girls, you're too young for them now. But when the time...
Another classic is this one.
This dad just found out that her daughter's stepdad is badly touching her. What the dad did next will leave you speechless. Is this how a dad should react?
I'm gonna touch him. I'm gonna touch him. You okay?
Man,
Babe, get Brooke in the house. Yeah, Jarvis been touching on her. Are you okay? Get the bond money too. And call up the lawyer.
And if you're a true red, blue, and white-blooded American, you know there's nothing we love more than our troops. I'm not from the States. That's how you guys talk, right?
This boy lost his dad in war, so when his teammates heard about this, they brought him a very special present.
I'm not even sure what to say except...
Do you agree that war is terrible? Like and subscribe if you do.
These videos touch up on some very sensitive matters, and it's just disgusting that some people are faking it for the sake of views and money. There are people that genuinely have gone through these kinds of traumatic events in their lives, and it's just altered the rest of their lives. And you know, it's truly not a laughing matter. And so to think that people are faking it and like bringing in your child into it, it's just very morally corrupt. And speaking of morally corrupt, you know what's worse? Remember how I said there are two subcategories to this type of video? So the second type of sympathy baiting videos are ones which the original content was clearly not faked. Like there's this one video where a girl is spending her last year with her father, who I guess had some kind of terminal illness, and she just created a compilation of just a bunch of nice moments they had before, you know, tragically he died. It's extremely sad. And some piece of shit saw that and decided to take that video, slap their shitty AI voiceover on it, some shitty filter, and just reposted it as his own. Have you no shame? Is there no limit to what you're willing to do to earn a couple of bucks? It's times like these that you realize that we truly are living in some fucked up dystopian times. It's depressing. The sad reality of human greed put aside, let's go back to doing the funny. Moving on, we have the final layer, which I think is best described as chaos incarnate. You have clowns live streaming themselves assaulting mousetraps. AI videos of Jake Paul kindly asking for a cup of water. There are some normal videos of just like random interactions with wildlife, which for some reason I find very funny.
This girl was left amazed when she saw, early in the morning, a stag standing at her doorstep, as if trying to say something to her.
I crave oats. And speaking of animal videos, I want you to guess how this compilation of totally real, definitely not AI videos of animals saving babies ends. If you said with a 3-photo slideshow of Christian Bale and Cillian Murphy, you would be correct. My favorite part about this layer was when I stumbled upon a video that has 1 comment and 33 likes. And for some reason, it was very important for YouTube to know how fun I thought that video was. But by far the most entertaining thing that I stumbled upon in this layer is a channel that posted what could only be described as Hollywood-level cinema on YouTube. Take this video, for example, of a guy who found a cute kitten, but then some scoundrels came and started asking him strange questions.
Nice cat you got there. Where'd you get it from?
In the trash right behind me.
Why is it meowing like that?
Because that's what they do. I mean, what do you expect it to do, bark?
What about if I make you an offer?
Offer like for this cat that I just found in the trash? Now, how do you think this pack of no-good troublemakers got a hold of the cat? Did they threaten him? Maybe they offered him a fat stack of cash. Oh, he just handed the cat over.
All right, let me pet it.
You want to hold it? Here, hold it.
Oh, he's nice. Oh, he's nice. Let my little bro pet it.
Surprisingly, they just drove away. But determined to save this poor little kitty's life from these cat stealers, he gets on his buggy and chases them down. I must be missing something because one of these goons came out with a fucking rifle. That's right, he was willing to risk a life sentence for a cat. And I mean, it's not even like some fancy schmancy cat, it's just a cat that was found in the trash bin. I'm not bad mouthing buddies. So he backs off. At least someone in this situation is being somewhat reasonable. But possessed by insert action movie protagonist, he goes on a recon mission with his drone and locates where the men took his beloved kitten who he had just found 5 minutes prior in the trash can and is for some reason willing to risk his entire life for. I mean, I get it, I love cats myself, but maybe don't chase down a group of men who just threatened you with a rifle. Just a fun little idea. Anyways, he waits for them to leave the premises so that he can make his way to there. And luckily he took with him this pair of strong bolt cutters because I honestly don't know how he would have made it past this chain otherwise. I also am glad that the criminals were charitable enough to leave the key in the door because I'm not sure that the bolt cutters would have helped him with the lock here. But oh no, they stole his buggy. However, will he make it home now? He walked back home.
I was able to make it home with the cat. I walked home.
I think it's very clear that this algorithm is very weird and nonsensical because it doesn't really have to be well thought through or organized in any way. At the end of the day, the targeted demographic here is children, and all it needs to do is grab their attention and keep it for like 20 seconds. Now, with that in mind, I want to talk about the ads that I was getting while scrolling through shorts. Sure, there were some, regular run-of-the-mill big brand ads, but there were also many inappropriate ads that children should definitely not be getting. And I want to remind you that I was doing this in incognito mode, so if it works the way I think it does, which I hope it does, YouTube had no information on who I was, which means I could have just been a child. I'm an adult. So, for example, there was this ad that I got, which technically, the thing itself, its advertising, is not PG. It's just some TikTok alternative. But the way that they advertise it is clearly meant to cause some neuron activation. The next one I got is a lot more on the nose. My heart when flirting with stepsis. Get fire emoji voice from drunk mommy. Get peach pics from... I'm sure advertising AI sex chatbots to children is very healthy for their young developing minds and definitely won't lead to dire consequences in their future romances or anything like that. I'm sure that legally it's also not problematic in any way. Do you also dream of dominating little Asian twinks in leather and chains?
Become my prisoner, or my master.
It's kind of fucked up that one moment I'm just watching Tung Tung Sahur going down the Roblox walkway, and next moment I'm watching somebody tickle Xavier's cute little belly button. The funny thing is that I have to imagine that these ads go against YouTube's content policies, because there's just no way that they're appropriate. And I'm almost certain that I will have at least some level of trouble because I included these clips in my video. Ironically, content creators can't upload things like this, as it's bad for YouTube's reputation, which may lead to companies not wanting to advertise on YouTube. However, if the advertisers themselves want to upload these kinds of things, I guess it's okay? YouTube has been through a lot throughout its lifetime, and as I've mentioned, I've sort of just been there for most of it. So to see where it stands now is kind of disheartening. I'm definitely not the first, and I definitely am not going to be the last either, to say that the post-Mr. Beast meta where everything just has to be so big and over the top, it's just really tainted YouTube. Now, obviously, it's very easy to look back at the past through rose-tinted glasses and pretend like everything was so great back in the day, but there definitely was a lot of trash back in the day too. Like, a lot.
Filled up my whole entire closet, oh my god!
And really, there still is plenty of truly amazing, unique, interesting, well-formed, passion-driven content that you can find on this platform. There truly is plenty. You just have to look for it and be open-minded. Because unfortunately, when a platform gets as big as YouTube has, there will always be this incentive to squeeze out as many schmeckles out of it as possible, which means prioritizing content which is the least offensive and appeals to the broadest audience, while the more niche content just tends to sink to the bottom a little bit. The thing that annoys me most is that even though I sit here criticizing YouTube's current state, I myself as a consumer have kind of grown to expect this kind of, grander than life itself kind of content. And when I sit down and watch any video that's, more simple than that, I kind of get bored quickly sometimes. So I have to accept that I am also part of the problem. I guess it's a symptom of a much bigger problem we have in our modern day society, where overconsumption is in vogue, and people are incentivized for that reason to constantly one-up each other and create the next bigger thing in order to retain people's attentions, while simplicity and boredom is for chumps. I didn't mean for this video to get this sincere towards the end. I just didn't really know how to end it off. So,
click the subscribe button if you think convicted pedophiles should be publicly executed.